Africa is like a team of 11 players, and the captain of this team is Ibrahim Traore. So anytime a player gets injured, he is the one who will run to the referee and tell the referee, you know what, this was wrong and you need to take action on this. Or rather, if a player of his team is fouled in a wrong way, he is the one who will run to the referee and tell the referee, you know what, referee, no, this one is wrong and you are not supposed to foul this player because he hasn't committed any mistake. Okay, and he is a fighter. He fights for his team. That is Ibrahim Traore. So Africa is a team of 11 players, but the captain of this team is Ibrahim Traore. He is the person who is wearing the armband at his left hand side. Good morning, Kenya. Good morning, Uganda. Good morning, Tanzania. Good morning, Zimbabwe. Good morning, Angola. Good morning, Cameroon. Good morning, Mauritius. Good morning, Burkina Faso. Good morning, Niger. Good morning, Ghana. Good morning, Mali. Good morning, Africa. Tell me where you're watching from, if it's Asia, if it is in Europe, America. I'm shooting this video at 8:30 a.m. in the morning in Kenya. And tell me where you're watching from and at what time are you watching this video exactly. Ibrahim Traore, again, on him, all the times, all the moments. As long as you're doing right, as long as you're doing what Africans want, as long as you're doing what Pan-Africanists want, Pan-Africanists like me will talk about you, will spread your gospel on nations and allow everybody to know and to understand that you are the kind of a person we want and that everybody should actually borrow your character and borrow your moves to be able to be talked about. So we are going. So once again, I'm on Ibrahim Traore. Once again, I don't get tired talking about Ibrahim Traore because he's the kind of a person that we want. He does what we want as Africans. He does what we want as Pan-Africanists. He's fighting for the land, and that is the message, that is the gospel every day, fighting for the land. As I told you every day, as I say every time, that Africa is our motherland. Africa is our home. Africa is home. Africa is home. Africa is home. That is what I say every day. And anything that concerns Africa concerns me and you as a black people. You know, Ibrahim Traore, Africa is like a team of 11 players, and the captain of this team is Ibrahim Traore. So anytime a player gets injured, he is the one who will run to the referee and tell the referee, you know what, this was wrong and you need to take action on this. Or rather, if a player of his team is fouled in a wrong way, he is the one who will run to the referee and tell the referee, you know what, referee, no, this one is wrong and you are not supposed to foul this player because he hasn't committed any mistake. Okay, and he is a fighter. He fights for his team. That is Ibrahim Traore. So Africa is a team of 11 players, but the captain of this team is Ibrahim Traore. He is the person who is wearing the armband at his left hand side. And that is who Ibrahim Traore is right now in Africa. So every time we shall talk about Ibrahim Traore, because we know he is the man or the right on the front line that is fighting for Africans and fighting for us in particular. And therefore, every time we shall talk about him, we shall not get tired talking about him. And once again on Ibrahim Traore, a question that I want to raise and to give to you this morning, and at any time that you're watching from wherever you are, is a question of, do you think that Ibrahim Traore is a fool? Because many other countries here in Africa and many leaders here in Africa, that is what they imply, and actually that is what they are saying, that actually Ibrahim Traore wouldn't have made taken a step of actually overturning the government, because coup taking place in a certain country is not very good, or rather it is not the right way for a country to go. They are saying that coup is dangerous, and therefore Ibrahim Traore made a very big mistake. Even if it's the name of of maybe, or rather saving the country, he wouldn't have taken that step. And my question to you people, I want you to tell me in the comment section, do you think that Ibrahim Traore did wrong by overturning the government, or rather by allowing coup take place? Because some people think that Ibrahim Traore is a fool. That is what I think. That some people think that Ibrahim Traore is actually a fool by overturning the government. And other people like leaders and politicians in Africa, they're saying that Burkina Faso is not actually doing well. That is not doing well at all. We shouldn't be spreading this gospel. We shouldn't be talking about Ibrahim Traore, because he is actually not doing well in Burkina Faso, and Burkina Faso itself is not doing well. I heard once upon a time Prime Minister of Kenya, Musalia Mudavadi, saying that that Burkina Faso is actually not doing well. We think as youths that Burkina Faso is doing well. I am a Kenyan youth, but this is the kind of a gospel I've been spreading all the times in many channels of Pan-Africanists. Go to Kenyan Beast, search that video we did with Kenyan Beast, that video, and I was saying that that Burkina Faso is actually doing very, very well. But we reacted on a statement of Musalia Mudavadi once upon a time when he was saying that Burkina Faso is actually not doing well, and we should not try to go the way of Burkina Faso, because it's not the right way to go. And my question is that what is the right way to go? Because what we are looking forward to, and what we want, what we are fighting for, is the freedom of Africa and Africans. Okay, the freedom of a black person, the freedom of a black woman, the freedom of a black man, the freedom of a black kid. That is what we are looking for. And that is what we are fighting for as Africans. All the times, we're fighting for the freedom of a black man, a black woman, a black kid, whatever they are, whatever, even if they are not in Africa, wherever they were, in every place they are. We have our Kenyans, our black Kenyans in the United States. We have our black men and women who are all over the world, in China, in Russia, in France. Okay, we're having them in these countries, and what we are saying is we are fighting for the rights of all of them, because this land is their motherland, and this is where they belong. Okay, and a time is coming when they will have to come back to this country, they will have to come back to this continent as their motherland, and stay, and they would want to stay freely with their freedom. Okay, and so my question is, what is the right way to take? If you're telling us that Ibrahim isn't doing the right thing, or rather he's not taking the right way, or rather whatever he's doing or allowing coup to take place in his country as Burkina Faso is not the right way to take, or rather telling me that Burkina Faso is not doing well, when every one of us, we are watching, we don't need to be told, we can watch it and see it by our own eyes, that Burkinabe people are happy, and Burkina Faso in particular as a whole is doing well. Okay, and my question to you is, to the people who are watching, okay, I want you to tell me that, what do you think that this guy is actually not doing well? Because personally, I think this guy, whatever he's doing, is well. And if any country here in Africa, though people say coup is dangerous in a country, in a particular country, or rather in any country, I think sometimes, whether coup or no coup, at the end of the day, we want freedom in our land, in our motherland. Because we are having presidents who are not helping us. And I've said this time and again. I'll repeat it again. I'll not get tired talking about it. Okay? We've said it time and again. We have presidents who are not helping us. So if you're telling me that coup is dangerous, and yet you have a president in your country who isn't helping you, then you need to tell us, what do you want? Because if coup is bad, and in your country you have a president, but this president again is not helping you, you have a president I said this on the last video, you have a president in your country where children are crying, children are sleeping on the street, they don't have anywhere to go. You have a parent who is crying because he cannot be able to feed his children. He can't be able to take children to school. He has nothing to do. Okay? And so because he feels bad that her children are crying and they cannot go to school, she has nothing to do. She has to cry also for help. But the country which is being led by the president, and it's calling itself a democratic country, still There is no change. It is not helping. Okay? Your country is being led by a president, but the same country is not developed at all. Okay? The development of that country is very low. Very low. You have a country that is being led by the president, but the same country is a very corrupt country. And so my question is, if Coup is destroying the country, it is okay. Maybe Coup can be destroying the country. Okay? Because maybe we have seen many coups taking place in many different countries, and a lot of things have been happening that are not good. My question is, are presidents doing good? Are the presidents helping you? Are they helping you? That is the biggest question we should be asking ourselves. Because we have seen Burkina Faso improving at a very, improving largely and hugely. Okay? The same coup that you are actually, you're talking bad about it. That same coup that you are not supporting is what is leading Burkina Faso. And Burkina Faso has improved at a very huge and large way. And I'm asking you now, do you think IBRAHIM Traore is doing wrong? Because IBRAHIM Traore, since he took over the government, a lot of things have been changing. A lot of things has changed. People are singing his name. People are rejoicing in his leadership. He wanted to leave the seat, okay? After 5 years, after a period of time when he had taken over the government, he promised to leave the seat. And when the time came, he wanted to leave that seat so that a democratic right could be performed. Someone gave that comment on the comment section on the previous video, that IBRAHIM Traore wanted to leave the seat after a period of time, because he had promised he's going to leave the seat after a period of time, and he wanted to do exactly as he had promised. And people sat down and agreed, and they said, no, this is the kind of a leadership that we want, and therefore you're not going to leave this seat, so you are going to continue leading us again for a certain period of time. And so he has not refused to come out of that seat. Okay? It is people who said, this is the kind of a leadership that we want, and therefore we are not going to actually allow this guy get out of this seat. What we are going to do is to add him a certain period of time again, or he can be able to lead us. That means people are happy with the kind of a leadership that IBRAHIM Traore is actually portraying. Okay? And I wonder why people would say, and these are not just people, these are leaders. Okay? You know what I'm saying, and you know what I mean. These are politicians who are against IBRAHIM Traore, who think that IBRAHIM Traore is not doing right. And it is not that they think IBRAHIM Traore is not doing that right. They are afraid of the step that IBRAHIM Traore is taking. They are afraid because they know that IBRAHIM Traore has given Africans, he has actually enlightened Africans, especially the young Africans. Leave alone the old Pan-Africanists. They knew what is happening. They've been fighting all along. But I'm talking about now the young Pan-Africanists like me who are coming up. He has enlightened us. We now see that Africa can actually do without presidents. It's not a must we have presidents because they're not helping us. At the end of the day, we want the freedom of Africa as a motherland. Africa is home. Africa is our place. Africa is where we want to be. Africa is where we want to stay. And so he has proved to us, he has made us believe that Africa can actually do without presidents. It's not a must we have presidents. He has proven to us that democracy is not helping Africa anymore. It's not a part of a solution. That democracy is not a part of the solution. He has tried to prove to us that there is actually no democracy in Africa, because countries which are claiming to be democratic are the countries that are most poor. The most poorest country, the most underdeveloped countries, the countries that are claiming to have had democracy, or rather to be performing democracy, to be participating in democracy, are the most underdeveloped countries, are the poorest countries. And so Ibrahim, whatever he's doing, he is just trying to tell us that, well, you know what? We have many ways of actually saving ourselves from the hands, or rather from the mouth of the predators. Because these predators are preying us every time and every moment. Okay? And he's trying to show you guys, he's trying to show Africa that we have many other ways of actually saving ourselves from the mouths of the predators. Okay? You know, one thing I want you to understand, there is a topic, I'll talk about it. I'm just trying to say it. This democracy you're rejoicing in is a democracy that was brought by a white man. Okay? And someone who is your enemy can never bring something to you that is good. Even if it's always on all the times known to be something that is good. This guy will just only give it a name, a good name. But whatever is inside the box is something that is very bad. Okay? I'll talk about it in the next video. Tune in. So, Ibrahim is doing right. But those people who are saying that Ibrahim is wrong, let me give you a message as a Pan-Africanist. Because as I'm asking people, I also have my view on you. You are people who are enemies of progress. And you are people who wants to be puppets. And you don't want to change. And you know what? We are not going to actually force you to change. A time will come when you will change yourself. Because what everybody is saying is that a change is coming. And Africans have woken up. We are not fools anymore. You thought we are fools. And you have been doing the actions of puppetries to the white people. And you've been taking us for granted. You've been using us however you want. But a time has come when everything now is changing. And you continue doing what you want to do. We know that IBRAHIM Traore is doing right, and we are supporting IBRAHIM Traore with one heart. Whatever IBRAHIM Traore will say from today is what we shall go for. Because he has already proven to us that he is about to the goodwill of Kenyans. He is up to the goodwill of Ugandans. He is up to the goodwill of South Africans. He is up to the goodwill of people from Ghana. He's up to the goodwill of people actually from DRC Congo. IBRAHIM Traore is a kind of a leader who loves Africa. Because we have seen him talking about Africa time and again. Not only Burkina Faso, not only Niger, not only Mali. We've seen him talking about Africa time and again. Tell me if your president is talking about any other country. You're claiming to be a democratic country and to be a country that has democracy. Tell me if your president is talking about any other country. If he has, let us know. So people who think that Burkinabe is not doing right, I want to tell you today, Burkinabe people are happy and Burkina Faso is doing right. He's really doing right and he's on the right way. Given a few other years to come, Burkina Faso will be very far. Burkina Faso will be very, 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 very far. And it is going to surpass many countries here in Africa. If that leadership of Traore is going to continue. And maybe if the president who will come will follow the footsteps and the steps of Burkina Faso, of IBRAHIM Traore. Okay? And I tell you, if any other country decides to follow the leadership of Burkina Faso or the leadership of IBRAHIM Traore today here in Africa, you're going to be so far and you're going to be recognized and you're going to bring a very big change in your country. So those people who are saying that Burkina Faso is not doing good, those leaders, those politicians who wants to continue being puppets and taking something or maybe keeping something from the white people, being protected, serving the master all the times and forgetting that you have a country that is, you have a continent that is your motherland, a continent or rather a land you need to protect. You need to be ashamed of yourself. You really need to be ashamed of yourself. And you take a change, you take a step of changing and start protecting your motherland. I told you, out of this land you came, out of this same land, you will return. If you can only fight for this land. We are fighting for the land. The fight we have is for the land. Because when we have land, we have water. When we have land, we have life. When we have land, we have good air. Air is life. When we have land, we have resources. When we have land, there is nothing that we don't have. Because when you have land, we have food. So let us fight for the land. Ibrahim is fighting for the land. And that is why he said, it's either death or motherland. We shall fight. Nothing else. And so people who are saying that Ibrahim Traore is not on the right way, or rather he's not on the right track, I don't understand, what do you want? And I pity you. I don't pity Ibrahim. I pity you because you are the ones who are on the wrong way. Because if it's about people, so far I haven't seen anybody who is actually against Ibrahim Traore, any single African. Because Africans, we know what we want. We want our land back. That is what we want. And we said, we are not going to follow any law to take our land back. Because if you took it without a law, we shall take it without a law. Africa is our home. Africa is our motherland. Anything that concerns Africa concerns us. Afrika ni nyumbani. Kwa msemo huu ni Kiswahili. Ni lugha ya Kiswahili Afrika. Afrika ni nyumbani. Africa is home. And anything that concerns Africa concerns us. Afrika ni nyumbani. Na kitu chochote kinachohusu Afrika kinatuhusu sisi kama Waafrika. So this motherland is a land we are going to fight for all the times. We don't care if it's going to take us our blood. We don't care if it's going to take us our lives. But we know that freedom does not come for free. We might die fighting, but our children will enjoy living in a country, in a land that is free, in a land where they cannot be humiliated. Okay, in a land where they cannot be oppressed. And that is what we are fighting for. That is the fight we are in. And that is the fight we are not going to quit anytime soon. So guys, it is high time you change your mind. It is high time you position your mind. And it is high time you should teach your mind as African politicians and as African leaders to understand, teach your mind to understand that where we have gotten right now, and at a point where we are right now, we are not going to be convinced that Ibrahim Traore is doing wrong. All of us have seen, our eyes have witnessed, our mouths are speaking, and it is something you cannot take us out of it. Ibrahim Traore is our man, and is a man who is fighting for Africa. Is a man who we shall talk about. Is a man that we are going to spread his gospel everywhere, in the villages, in the deepest part of our villages, the deepest part of our countries, the deepest part of our land. Okay? It is our work to spread this gospel. He might not be able to reach people from the deepest part of our villages here in Kenya and Uganda and South Africa and wherever, every other countries, okay? But we as a Pan-Africanists, we shall go and spread this gospel everywhere, so that everybody could know that we are fighting for the motherland, okay? So, I don't know what you want if you say that Ibrahim he's not on the right way or on the right track, or rather Burkina Faso is not doing well, or Burkinabe people are on danger. I don't know what do you want, or I don't know what do you want. I don't know what is your aim with Africa. And I don't know, when you entered the government saying that you want to work for Africans, which kind of a work did you want it to give Africa? Sincerely speaking, right now, we don't want development. We don't want you to build countries here in Africa. We want you to fight for freedom. That is in fact, we're going to spread the gospel of any leader whose manifesto is not about fighting for the land of Africa. We are not going to vote you into the government. We don't want development anymore, because you've been talking about development every time and every year. In the years, you guys have been talking about development, and this development, we haven't seen it. We've not seen it at all. We have not seen development. Our countries are not developed. Every year you talked about development, there is no development. Every year you're talking about cheap education, there is no cheap education. Every year you're talking about free education, we cannot see free education. Children are not going to school yet. Every year you're talking about actually increasing food level and producing food in your country, but still children are sleeping hungry. So we don't want those promises anymore. We just want a leader who is saying, I'm going to fight for the freedom of Africa. Because we have realized the moment we get freedom, we have gotten every other thing. It's another topic, I'm going to talk about it. And so, those people who are saying that Ibrahim Traore is not doing right, we are looking at you. We are watching you. Africa is home. We want the freedom of Africa. And that is what Ibrahim is doing. That's the most important thing for now. No more, no less. Don't give us development. Don't produce food. Okay? Don't give us free education. We don't need it anymore. We need freedom. When we get freedom, we can easily get all these things. Atamba Haiti as usual. A Pan-Africanist who is fighting for Africans. What I say every day is that every other Pan-Africanist or every young people who is like me, I'm just at an age of 23 years. And I'm talking about these things because I know a time is coming when I will have children. And these children that I will have, they will need to live in a land where there is freedom. And so I would urge every other people to come out and do whatever I'm doing, because we need this gospel to go all over the world to understand that we are fighting for the freedom of Africans. At the end of the day, I'm a Pan-Africanist, and all Pan-Africanists out there, I give you a big salute. I salute you at a big way. Africa is our home. Africa is home. And anything that concerns Africa concerns us. Africa is our first priority. Adios. Peace be with you all, wherever you are.